Cool, we're live. Hello everyone, welcome to MindGamesTV, where we're talking about anything in little tidbits and random facts and random stuff in the world of gaming. I guess we'll start with introductions. I'm Chris Okamura. And
I'm Chris Hagon.
Okay.
I'm Jason Terry. Oh, what?
Go for it.
Okay, I'm Jason Terry. I'll play LOL.
I play StarCraft 2. And Chris is an artist.
And I'm an artist, an all-around gamer.
Okay. So I guess the idea of the show is just sort of like pick random topics in gaming, because I think we've all had those random discussions where they just kind of pop up, and we thought, well, that'd be cool. Someone actually might want to listen to that. So taking a shot in the dark, see if it actually sticks. We'll be doing random ideas and taking our own ideas and sort of doing off on that, and then we'll take some fan submissions. So the initial idea is zombies in gaming. Sort of how did that explode, and where do we enjoy it? Do we not like it? And I guess, do we like zombies in games?
They're not a huge problem.
like it's not a huge problem, but I mean, is it a selling point for you? Like, it has zombies in it? Like,
no.
James?
I think when Resident Evil first came out, then that was like the biggest thing. Like, oh my god, this thing is really scary, and everyone keeps talking about when that dog part that comes through the window, like the first Resident Evil. Oh my god, that scared me.
No, I know, but like for me, it was like more the setting of it than the actual zombies. Like, it wasn't like.
Yeah, this is like the atmosphere.
Yeah.
It could have been anything. It just happened to be zombies.
Yeah, seriously. But I think it's a little more overplayed now. Like, people are trying to find different zombies. Like, how many ways can you alter a zombie? You know, it's like.
What is a zombie? That's what I want.
Like, I think the thing that really got to me was, I think there's 2 points that really got to me. Were like, okay, this is getting ridiculous. Was in Gears of War 2. I think it was. Is it a magic card?
Yeah, it's a zombie magic card.
But, no, so I think the 2 parts that got to me were the in Gears of War 2 when they blow up. Did you guys play Gears of War? I know Chris doesn't play Gears of War.
I did.
I think I beat the second one.
Okay, so the second you leap. Oh wow, as much crap as you give Gears of War.
I didn't like it. I just beat it.
Okay, so Gears, like I said, like Gears of War 2, where you blow up the zombies or whatever in the end of the first one, and then all of a sudden they like come back to life as like these zombie locust kind of. I don't even know what they call them. They're like zombie locusts. That's all I remember.
Yeah, I remember.
They're like half dead. Like that part was weird to me. And then when they started putting like zombie mode in Black Ops, like that was just the other thing too. I was just like, this is the most random compilation. Like World at War.
Which is incredibly boring, in my opinion.
Yeah, okay, I enjoy a good, I think horde mode is cool. I don't like zombie mode in Black Ops. That just doesn't appeal to me.
But you like Left 4 Dead though.
Yeah, Left 4 Dead is actually really good.
That's really fun, because I think the thing for me more so than just like the gameplay of it, it's like it's the team aspect of it.
Yeah.
More so than like the actual zombies.
Yeah, that's the main thing for me. Is all the zombie stuff depends on what you're doing with it and what game it is and how it's kind of implemented more than anything. Just because it says a big Z on it doesn't mean I love it.
Like DayZ?
Yeah, no.
Okay,
Never played DayZ in my life. I don't care.
No, like I see, like DayZ was actually something that I was really excited about to sort of see how it developed. Because, sure, it used Arma 2, which is a really, really bad, really crappy sort of system. But I mean, it was the idea of it being like a zombie survival game was actually fun. Like, the idea that it's a full-on survival game, like you need food and resources and stuff like that. Like, the videos that were coming out of there were crazy.
I think another big part of that is that it was an indie game too.
Yeah. Which
kind of helped it generate a lot of buzz, and they could kind of go, whatever direction they wanted because they didn't have a big developer, publisher against them.
Now, do you think developers are seeing zombies as more important than they actually are?
Yes.
I think it's that they're just trying to jump onto the bandwagon because like everyone they see zombies, and especially like the Walking Dead status right now. Everyone's like, oh, zombies are like the big thing right now. I mean, like, I think before there used to be like vampires or something like way back when, but I think they're just trying to sell money right now rather than looking at the content of the game. But I think more developers right now are like straying away from zombies right now because it's like overplayed again.
Well, like, okay, like, did you guys play The Walking Dead, like the game?
I just played the first episode about 4 days ago on my iPad.
And
I mean, it was fun. I would not play it on a console though.
see, okay, I played all 5 on Xbox, and I think what I keep telling people is it's a great game, it's a great experience, and it's a lot of fun, and it's very well done. Definitely one of the top games of this year, but it did not deserve the award of Game of the Year. I think it won that just purely on the fact that it's The Walking Dead.
Yeah, because of the title.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's Walking Dead is kind of the problem. I mean, even in games, there's how many Walking Dead games is there now? There's like 2 iOS ones. There's the new one by Activision coming out.
Yeah.
There was, I mean, the Telltale one. There's like 6 different zombie games just for The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I'm gonna be honest.
Tell me that's not marketing.
I'm gonna be completely honest, and I know James is gonna jump on me for it, but okay, I love the comic books. I read all the comic books.
I even like the comic books.
See, okay, okay, this is where it gets going. I love the comic books. I played the game. I love the game. Haven't watched past the 2nd season of Walking Dead.
Yeah, neither have I. I haven't watched the 2nd season yet.
Yeah, I got bored. Like it just wasn't interesting anymore.
Mhm.
And I know James, I know you love The Walking Dead, right?
Not really. I just watched it because everyone else was watching it.
Oh.
And then, but then the new season came out,
Confessions.
and I was like, new season came out, and I got like 2 episodes in. I was like, I don't want to wait a week for each episode. This is retarded. It's not even worth it sometimes. It's like, oh my god.
No.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the deals where it's, and my friend John will get to me with about this, but I can't say Walking Dead because all they do is talk, and they just kind of use zombies as a backdrop for it,
Sure.
but
It's
not entertaining to me.
I mean, it's for me. It's like the difference between. I got in a big argument with this. I think with my mom because my mom loves like Grey's Anatomy and like that kind of stuff.
Ugh.
And like and like for me, I love like ER, right? Like ER is like a show that I just absolutely love.
ER is pretty good.
And so like my thing was, Grey's Anatomy is not a medical show. It's like a social drama that's set in a hospital,
Mhm.
while
Yeah,
ER is like a medical show, right? So like for me, Walking Dead isn't isn't a zombie show. It's a drama set in a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
And that's what it's trying to be, but to me, that's not entertaining.
No, it's not. I'd rather watch
It's all
Game
this
of
drama.
Thrones. I'd rather watch
Yeah.
Game of Thrones where it's just like,
Oh.
okay, I like Game of Thrones.
I don't know about that. Breaking Bad. How about that?
Breaking Bad's good too.
Breaking Bad's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, here, this is the other thing that bothered me too, was Sleeping Dogs was like one of my favorite games of the year, and then the first DLC they come out with is like some zombie, like, I was like,
I'm telling you, man, they're just selling stuff because they're
marketing.
trying to make money. Yeah, they're just trying to make money.
Just like Infamous did Festival of Blood. It's like all vampire stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
so and then it gets to the thing of, okay, what games work really well with zombies and which ones don't? Like, would you consider Dead Space like a zombie game, or is this just like an alien sort of?
Survival horror.
Yeah, survival horror.
But
I would say that.
but it has zombies in it. Like,
They're necromorphs, man. Aliens.
but see, are we gonna get into like the debate of like what makes a zombie?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. Because if Dead Space is a zombie game, then Dino Crisis 3 is a zombie game.
Turok could be a zombie game as well because they're
Okay.
just like zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Turok.
So that's why I was asking, like, what is a zombie? Because Resident Evil doesn't have.
We
the
should
same
look that up. I'm gonna
definition.
look that up right now.
Yeah, Resident Evil's definition of a zombie has changed.
Okay.
What makes
I don't
a
even know if
zombie?
they call them.
James, while you're looking that up, I'm gonna ask Chris a question too.
By scientific reasons why a zombie apocalypse can happen. What?
Dude, it could happen. Did you? I actually wrote a paper on it, like a hypothetical paper on it for extra credit, and I got an A on that paper.
Okay.
And for the record, I am excited for Brad Pitt's new movie. So,
Which one's that one?
World War Z.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
World
I
War
actually
Which is all about zombies.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
excited for it, but I wouldn't call myself a zombie fan.
No, but I mean, I think zombie movies. It's kind of funny because like a couple years ago, zombie movies were like all that was coming out because you got like Shaun of the Dead, then you got like Dawn of the Dead, Shaun of the Dead, 28 Days Later. Like it was just like they're coming out one after another, and then now it's just kind of like
Shows.
it's shift over to just shows and games, and it's like
Mhm.
it's like what's next? Are we gonna have like apocalypse games? Which is actually kind of funny because look, all the movies right now are like apocalypse movies, right? Then we had The Last of Us coming out this year.
Last of Us coming out. Will Smith's new movie. Tom Cruise's new movie.
I mean, yeah, I think all the game developers are moving over to Apocalypse. Like, have you ever heard The Last of Us? That's like
Yeah,
coming
dude,
out.
that game's gonna be awesome. But I mean,
Yeah,
like,
dude, it's like
yeah.
a lot of them are like post-apocalyptic setting now. It's
Mhm.
pretty cool.
Yeah, but the reason I'm excited for The Last of Us is partly because it's Naughty Dog, and I'm just a diehard Naughty
Yeah,
Dog
that's true.
fan.
That's true.
But I mean, the characters are like amazing. The story's going to be really intense. You know, the combat. It's not a straight up combat game either, so they're doing something different from a gameplay standpoint.
okay,
And again-
a zombie is an animated corpse.
That's the most vague description I've
Okay,
ever
here, I
heard.
got 5 reasons.
Okay.
Okay, it's one of them is they're dead. In some movies, they rest from the grave, and others, once a zombie kills them, they become a zombie. But dead is pretty much a constant, except when it's not. The fuck? That makes no sense!
It's a constant except when it's not. That's awesome. That's an even better description than mine. Bravo.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
He's a zombie except when he's not a zombie.
That's awesome, dude. I love that.
Well, then would 28 days later be considered a zombie? Because they're not really dead. They're just
What?
infected with a
Didn't
virus.
that cause like a big uproar and like, what is a zombie? Everyone's like, oh, they can't run. They're not zombies. They're just infected people.
Yeah, but is that also like zombies? People are like, it's a virus that takes over a dead body. You know, it just reanimates it.
Okay, see, you want me to get into my discussion of like my paper of like how zombies are actually possible? Because
Well, we're not questioning the possibility, are we?
no, because okay, basically your body runs on what? Electrical impulses, right? Like your brain sends electrical impulses into your body, right? And that's how you move and actively, move and stuff like that, right?
Yes.
So, technically speaking, some conditions and some forms of diseases actually keep your brain sending incorrect impulses throughout your body even after you're dead for maybe a couple of hours. So your body twitches and stuff while you're dead, right? So who's to say that if there was an abnormality in the disease or in the condition that those impulses aren't as strong as they were when you were alive, so that you just basically run off of like sort of wrong or native impulses, like instinctive impulses off your body that make it so you're still actively running around looking for food or shelter or whatever the hell, like very instinctive basic things, and your brain actually has no function of it whatsoever. Technically your body's still, you're dead, like you're no longer in there, but I mean your body is still moving and kicking and alive.
Right.
Mind games!
Mind games. I mean, they could probably survive for like a couple of hours, technically speaking.
And then
But like,
they're
they
a
wouldn't
zombie.
be like Walking Dead status.
No, but they're a zombie for a couple of hours.
Yeah, that's true.
See? But, what was I saying? Oh, okay. If there's a zombie apocalypse, fast zombies that are really dumb, like Left 4 Dead fast zombies, or Resident Evil kind of like slow-moving zombies that are actually really smart.
Fuck.
I'll go with slow moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too, but then I think I was talking to
But
John
they
the
could
other
set up traps and stuff.
Yeah, that's
though.
what I was talking to
It's
John
like-
the other night, and I was like, John, wouldn't they just be like, wouldn't they eventually just get you? And then like, wouldn't you rather bank on the fact that you're like more athletic than these like things of the dead?
I mean, there's a reason we like Zombie World, right?
True.
It kind of logically broke down how you would tackle it
Yeah.
in a very good way.
I don't know, man.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, just the overall zombie craze. I think it's more a marketing deal. and then you have occasionally, you know, like a developer or a movie come out that kind of looks at it in a different way and kind of rejuvenates, I guess, the whole craze, and then it just keeps going on.
Well, like, have they discussed or like came out and said what the infected are or like what the creatures are in Last of Us yet? Like, have they said anything? Because
I think it's really just like a virus more than anything.
It's like I think it was like a disease or something like
a
pandemic
zombie
that killed people.
disease.
Not a zombie disease,
No,
but like some people that just kill them off.
No, they showed that video from Planet Earth when the spores go into the ant's head.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot out. Remember that was a
Yeah.
big
Yeah, that's
inspiration for it. So it's like a viral, like airborne something or other infection.
That makes sense, but I mean, it just seemed okay. Well, trying to think then. I mean, has there been a good game that is solely on the idea of zombies?
Besides Left 4 Dead.
Besides like Left 4 Dead, or like, would you consider Resident Evil something that like if it wasn't zombies, it'd still be good? Because like I feel like
Not anymore.
well, I feel like
Yeah.
Resident Evil, like the early ones.
After 4, it's no longer zombies.
That's what I'm saying. So like, do they need to go back to that in order to like rejuvenate that franchise? To be kind of like, we're going back to like traditional zombies. Like, is that what they have to do to get their like following back or sort of get their mojo back?
They just need to give you less guns. That's all they need to do. Or give you less ammo or something.
Yeah, less ammo. Like make it harder for you to kill these zombies. Because like nowadays, like they have like full clips of like full assault rifles. Back then, all you had was like a pistol, and then that's like really hard to get. And like if you find a shotgun, you're like, oh crap, dude, I'm so boss. And then there's like only 2 shells in there, and you're like, oh crap, I used them all already.
Right.
No,
And
I
you get,
remember.
like, one rocket for the whole game.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, I remember playing through like the original Resident Evil and like finding a drawer with like 6 bullets and being like, I found the Holy Grail. Like,
Yeah, so like I think it's just the resources that they give you in the game that makes what a zombie game is actually. It's like I don't know, because the Resident Evils now they're like you're giving way more ammo than you're supposed to be using.
Yeah, that is true. Very true.
And that's what I like about zombies stuff. I guess that's what kind of it is for me, is if it's more of a survival and an intense thing instead of just kind of mowing down mindless bodies. Like I didn't
Like
like
Dead Rising?
yeah, exactly, Dead Rising. I didn't really get into Dead Rising. You know, or I'll be honest, my magic cards, it's my whole deck is based around getting as many on the field and then watching my opponents just kind of try to survive for longer than I can keep bringing out zombies.
Your zombie deck's absolutely ridiculous, by the way. Hate that.
Yeah. You know, so it's really about, again, even in Magic cards, which is completely different than games, it's all about survival of the other guys, and it's kind of their intense stuff they got to deal with is what I like about it. And that's why I'm excited for The Last of Us.
And I think that the reason I'm excited for The Last of Us too is just like, is that survival aspect of it. But I mean, like, there's a lot of games that try to do that. It's just like they don't make you connect to the storyline or
And the
to the character
characters,
at all.
yeah.
And like I've seen every piece of footage they've given us for Last of Us. It's like 5 or 6 like pretty long clips, and I already love these characters. Like I'm just like, I love these guys. I love these two. Like and
They're
I'm
going
more
super dark with this game too,
yeah.
Yeah.
which I think is cool.
They're just doing new things to bring out in the gaming world. And then that's why I think that's what gamers like to see, is like new stuff that happens to like redefine something else that they know. I mean, again, like a lot of people know like survival games and stuff like that. Like, oh, I have low resources, but like you said, like they don't have that kind of storyline to it, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's a good aspect of it. I just think, like, is this gonna die eventually, or is it just gonna?
No, I don't think it'll ever completely die. I mean, it's always going to be kind of a fine line of, you know, is it? I don't know. It's just going to be a fine line of everything.
Like, does every game need a zombie mode? Like, do we really need Black
No.
Ops to have a zombie
Absolutely
mode?
not.
Like-
Absolutely no. I'll be kind of annoyed if The Last of Us has a survival mode.
Yeah, I think that's just
Yeah.
getting old school.
Trying to think of like the most ridiculous act of zombiedom. I think it was shoot, what's that game called? It's like the Bikini Squadron from Japan. I forget what it's called.
Oh, I think it starts with a B or something.
Oh no,
And-
Onachanabara.
Yeah.
Bikini Squadron.
Never played that one.
And it's like these, and it's funny because I've seen the original comic for it, and it's actually pretty funny. But the game is ridiculous. It's just you're running around in a bikini with a sword and a gun, and you just slice as many zombies as you can to get to the end. Which, in all honesty, was actually kind of fun to do because you could switch out the costumes and stuff. But like,
Mhm.
it's not a good game.
No, I mean, usually it just comes down to how much effort or quality the writer, artist, director, game developer, whoever is going to put into it, really. If you're just going to throw out a zombie game, I mean, it's obviously going to suck. You know, like, I mean, Left 4 Dead 2 came out real fast, but it's against Valve, and they always put effort into that stuff, and it's always balanced.
I don't think I didn't see the improvement between Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 other than like stuff they could have patched. Like for me, the biggest fix they did in from Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 was the fact that you cannot infinitely punch stuff. Like you get tired.
Yeah.
Like that was the biggest thing to me.
But it was still a well-polished, game. It wasn't like that game you're just talking about. It wasn't just kind of a throwaway shooter with zombies in it.
No, absolutely not. But I mean, it wasn't like it was ground. Like when you talk about Valve, like when Half-Life 3 finally comes out, I expect that thing to be groundbreaking. Like it's not like there's certain companies that you just like.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna come out soon.
I understand, like there's certain things where you like expect companies to like come out and say, this is this, and sort of just go and just like blow your mind, and you're just like, oh my god, this game.
I don't know, man.
Yep. I forget what the original question was, but I mean, zombies as a idea is a tricky thing.
I mean,
I think it's just the way you deal with the zombies. Like, I think the most important part would be the storyline of the game, rather than just like putting zombies and you just kill them all. But
okay. In terms of mechanics, are we sort of running thin here in terms of what we can do with zombies? Like, what makes them fun?
I mean, I don't think so, because if we classify like The Last of Us as a zombie game, whatever that means, then you're doing something new with it, and it's kind of cool and relevant again. But if like say call it, or I don't know, like Rockstar does another zombie something.
That was like, the other one. That was the one I was trying to think of. Freaking Red Dead Redemption zombie.
Yeah.
Which I haven't beat yet, so I guess I don't know if it's good or not. I have people saying it's really good and people saying it's really bad.
I refuse to speak on that. It wasn't good. It was like a waste of time in my opinion. It felt so tacked on. It was just sort of like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think you're ever going to run out of ideas and new ways to do it. But at the same time, I don't want to see a new one every week.
Yeah, I think it's mainly down to like what you do with the mechanics. Like if you have a great idea, but it's how you implement it into the game, rather than just like like an add-on to like another game, rather than making a game solely on like zombies and like developing how like they act and stuff like that. Then I think there'll be a game that people will actually start looking for zombies again. I mean, back then when the first Resident Evil came out, that was like the big thing because like I don't know, it's just the way that they created the game, I guess.
Yeah, there wasn't really anything else like it.
Yeah,
really.
At the time. And then also it scared the crap out of you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like what? Like, there's no scary game anymore. Like,
dude, I'm waiting for Amnesia 2 to come out. It's supposed to be coming out in like a couple months.
Amnesia's like the one game that like freaked me out. Okay, Amnesia freaked me out.
But that's not really a zombie game, like.
No, but I mean like. Now we're like moving out of zombie games. Like, what is there a scary game anymore that just like genuinely scares the crap out of you?
That's zombies?
No, that's just like just any game that scares the crap out of you. Like Amnesia did.
Dead Space.
Dead Space.
Did for me.
See, both of you guys For me, Dead Space was like the kind of game where like it's scary at first, and then you just get so many weapons after a while, and like you get like all these guns after a while.
I ran out of ammo all the time.
Yeah, but like you start getting like all kinds of weapons, and then like stuff jumps out at you. You just go, "Oh, son of a bitch, you're in my way," and you just like shoot someone in the face.
But it was
like,
scarier than Resident Evil 5, wasn't it?
Yeah. Anything is scarier than Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil 5, half of Resident Evil 5 is in the daytime. Like it's not.
Well, there's lights everywhere in Dead Space.
I don't know, man.
You were running through the city.
Hey man, amnesia's almost completely in the dark, man. You need oil and tinder boxes.
No,
And that's all
no joke, dude. I was playing this mod. It was like a total makeover of the game. Like they recreated like the lantern and stuff like that. And it's like, I ran out of oil because they have like no oil in that freaking thing, and I couldn't play that game anymore. I just stopped playing that custom story. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I don't have any more tinder boxes or freaking lanterns there anymore. So I was like, I'm walking through the dark literally, and then I was like, I can't take this anymore. Can't play it anymore.
Dude.
So but we'll see what Dead Space 3 is, because that looks like it's gonna be freaking Commando 101.
Hey guys, this is completely off topic and completely just random. I just saw. Okay, you guys heard the news about parting, right? Startail parting.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw your post on it.
Okay, so anyone that doesn't know, StarCraft 2 is a huge pro scene. Whatever. Startail parting is the player of the year. Probably played the best at anyone this year, and he just left Startail, his team, right? So he's out in the open somewhere. And if you watch Thorzane's stream right now, or actually he's off stream right now, but if you watched his stream about an hour ago, he's streaming from the EG Team Liquid house in Korea, and Parting is standing in the background talking to some of the players and sort of just hanging out. So whether that means Liquid Parting or EG Parting RC, I have no idea, but a lot of Koreans are jumping over to foreign teams, that's all I'm going to say. So yeah, back on the topic. I'm just pretty excited for that. That actually just like
Liquid zombies. That's what I want to see.
Liquid zombies. Zombies that come from the water, dude. Oh my god.
Okay, how about this? Like that was the other thing too, where it's like StarCraft 2 has what, like infestors that throw out infested Terrans that are basically zombies, right? Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then like what? League of Legends has what? Their brand is a zombie.
Zombie brand. That's a skin.
Yeah. Okay. And then what? Mundo a zombie? No, Mundo's not a zombie.
No. There's no zombies. That's just the skin. Zombie brand. That's it.
Okay. Zombie champion. Call it right now.
There's no zombie champ. Oh, actually, Yorick, I guess you can call him a zombie.
I thought he was a swamp monster.
No, he takes like spirits from the grave and like reanimates them or something like that.
There you go. What's Fiddlesticks? Fiddlesticks is just like a skeleton, right?
He's a scarecrow.
How come he sucks souls, man? He's like.
I don't know. He's just a scarecrow.
Yeah, zombies will always come back in some way, shape, or form.
I mean, I'm trying to think of like, of something that like was zombie related that I just genuinely liked, like where it was like innovative, it was new, it was sort of like this is awesome. That I can't think of anything where it's like I can't do this if it was like I'm trying to think of a game where it's like if it wasn't zombies, it wouldn't be as awesome as it was, and I can't think of anything that's like that.
Resident Evil, old Resident Evil.
The old Resident
But I feel
Evil
like
series.
if it was like a ghost, it'd still be like intense.
Well, you can't kill ghosts. I mean, at least unless you're like Ghostbuster status with like the vacuums and stuff.
Just say, unless you're Bill Murray, you're fine.
Yeah, but like.
No, unless you're
ghosts
Bill
would be
Murray,
as
you're
effective.
fucked, because then you can't kill it, dude.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
You're not
Bill
fine,
Murray
you're
is.
far away from fine.
But then why would you need guns and stuff then? You'd just be running for your life the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
You wouldn't try to hide or anything or try and get resources. You'd just be running for your life the whole time. Because ghosts can go through walls and stuff too, so it's like, you can't really hide from them.
Yeah, I mean, Resident Evil wouldn't have been fun if it was like giant demons. Like, that wouldn't be fun. That'd just be weird.
Yeah.
So I think zombies played a major part in that.
Trying to think. Well, like is zombies the most overrated thing in gaming?
Right now?
Like,
I think
I
so.
mean, again, I think it comes back to how you use it.
but like in general, like if you look at all these games that are doing really well, or like modes that are like everyone's waiting for, everyone's looking at, like, would you say zombies is sort of like at the top of the list in terms of like, yeah, they're just kind of like tacking everything on, sort of like.
No, that's multiplayer in general.
Yes.
But I mean, like,
That's what that is.
like I don't think multiplayer is overrated though. I think like multiplayer is something that's like, it genuinely adds something to a game that that generally makes it like that much better.
I know I played a whole 2 seconds of Dead Space multiplayer. That was completely
Well, like, okay,
useless.
like for like what?
Bioshock 2, not necessary.
No.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think the thing was that with multiplayer, it's like, what does multiplayer, like, we'll take Black Ops for example, right? What multiplayer adds for Black Ops is nowhere close to what Zombies adds to Black Ops. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? And then like
Right.
when you look at a game like even like Resident Evil, right? Like I would
that multiplayer either.
no, like I would argue, like I would seriously argue that like the zombies in Resident Evil 6, you could make them not even zombies and make them like people,
Mhm.
and it wouldn't even bother it as much as it would like anything. Like, you know what I mean? It's not a huge loss. Just the way that Resident Evil 6 is built, like it's not. Resident Evil 6 is absolutely a horrible Resident Evil game. It's not a bad action game. It's just a horrible Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know if you guys remembered, but like the Half-Life mod for natural selection. I think that like, hold on. It's like basically like an alien kind of game. It's like the one of the first games or mods or something like that. They can let you control like a different species and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. And then I think a lot of game developers took that idea, like same thing like
There
Dead
was
Space,
a whole bunch
where you can
of,
control like the necromorphs or
gateway-
something like that.
Mhm.
The natural selection was kind of like that, but I don't know. I remember when natural selection first came out. Oh my god, I played that until like the end of the day. I'd wake up just to play it for like 12 hours.
Mhm.
But I don't really think that was a zombie. I just like to say that.
Just put in a good pitch for natural selection.
Well,
Should
like-
I play it?
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like if I see any more freaking
You wanna ditch this thing?
DLC for any kind of zombie game, I'm gonna get pissed off because we're getting way too many. Like it's getting to the point
Well,
where
yeah,
I'm
I
like,
mean, but you're talking like Red Dead Redemption and Sleeping Dogs kind of stuff.
yeah, and like, what
You
else?
know, yeah, obviously that, but again, that's like purely for marketing. Just like, oh yeah, Walking Dead's popular, right? Let's add it on here.
Yeah, and I mean like, but I mean, have we seen that before with anything with like other things? I think it's just because it's so damn easy to make a zombie.
I mean, yeah.
DLC.
Yeah, like
I
how
mean,
hard
again,
is
I think
it?
it's back to the. I think right now Walking Dead's really popular. That's why they're doing it.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, you have those DLC coming out. You also have 3 other Walking Dead games coming out,
Okay.
and that's
I'm-
100% marketing.
This is gonna sound really ignorant and really stupid, but it's kind of true. Okay, I understand how hard it is to code AI, and I understand how some games do it great, and some games, you know, are completely groundbreaking the way it works. But how goddamn hard is it to make a zombie AI for a game? Like, is it? It's just like run forward towards character 1 and attack. Like, it's not. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like writing code for zombie games is sort of something that you could do in your free time. Just sort of like, oh, like, you want zombie DLC? Cool. Let's start
Yeah,
throwing
well, but I
zombies.
mean, it comes back to what you're doing with it, though.
Yeah.
Really, you know, I mean, that's not the case for The Last of Us. Are we considering that a zombie game? Should we even continue to talk about that?
I mean, for the sake of this conversation, I think, yeah, let's go for it.
Okay.
You know, so that is not any simple coding, I'm sure,
No,
because they're going to
absolutely
have
not.
some sort of AI and stuff. But in general, like Call of Duty zombies, yeah, they just walk at you.
Yeah.
You know, so again, it comes down to how you're doing it and what you're doing with it, I think, is the deal. If you're just trying to get like a quick, cash in on The Walking Dead, and you're like, the shuffling dead, then yeah. Like, that's lame. I don't want to see that. I want to see people like Naughty Dog and companies like Naughty Dog take what is already established with Walking Dead and then take it further or in a slightly different direction. And they could do that, every year they come out with a new game as long as it's something different.
I think that's another problem that we're having too. It's just like companies aren't taking risks anymore. That's a big problem.
No.
Yeah.
Kickstarter. We'll see how that goes in like what? When's the Double Fine thing supposed to be done?
The Tim Schafer, the Tim Schafer project.
Mhm.
I have no idea, but all I know is Tim Schafer made so much money off of that.
Yeah, I've listened to other like podcasts and stuff, and everyone's talking about it. And I mean, some of them are right, and they're like, well, this might work, it might not. We haven't seen any of these projects finished yet, so.
I don't know. All I know is that I trust Tim Schafer.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I know he's like a gaming god, and like he's just gonna. I know he's gonna do the best he can, whether or not it works or not. But like, I know he's gonna do what he can with it, and like, I think he's the one person that I would say, if it's gonna work with him.
Right. Well, there's some other fairly large projects going on there, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like Kickstarter started a whole bunch of stuff. Like if you want, like that Mojang Story of Mojang Minecraft documentary just came out, and that was great. That was very well done.
Yeah.
Trying to think what else. I mean, there's a couple StarCraft documentaries that came out on it, or that are coming out on it. You guys can go check that out. StarCraft, or Sons of StarCraft and Star Nation, both on YouTube. Go check that out. Trying to think what else. Like, there's just tons of stuff that was happening. I know a couple iOS games got started on there as well. Can't think of anything off the top of my head right now, but I mean, like, there's a couple on there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if any exist now, but like I feel like that's where kind of the cool zombie stuff is going to come from.
From indie?
From indie stuff.
Indie stuff, yeah.
You know.
Because they're gonna recreate what people think of as zombies and stuff. I think that's why the indies games have that.
Mhm.
I mean,
and I think that's why Naughty Dog's doing a cool job. Is as big as they are, they don't kind of have the mentality and the development of like say an Activision or something.
no, I don't. But I don't think they have to. Like,
no, I'm not saying they have to or don't. I'm saying that's why you're getting cool ideas on the whole zombie thing.
Yeah,
Naughty Dog,
I just think I think like for bigger companies like Activision and EA stuff, there's so much money being put into these projects that like it has to hit. Like it's not like Naughty Dog puts a lot of money into it, but they also have a ton of backing, and it's like they have full range to sort of do what they want.
Right, but I mean they're comparable to Activision as far as size and stuff.
Well, like the stuff that was going on with like Mass Effect 3, right? Like because they took so much shit, and like BioWare took so much shit, and there was so much pressure from EA because like that's a game that has to hit. Like it's not like the first Uncharted, when the first Uncharted came out, like that wasn't a game that like needed to like absolutely hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It had a pretty big deal going on. I mean, there wasn't any other real big Sony exclusives.
No, but I mean, like it's not like Mass Effect. Like, of course, you know, once you get to Uncharted 2 and 3 and stuff like that, then you built like this reputation of like, okay, now it needs to go somewhere with it. But I mean, like, I don't think like something like Mass Effect or like Mass Effect 3 sort of like they took so much crap.
Well, what about Mass Effect 1 though? I mean, why did that have to hit and Uncharted 1 didn't?
No, it didn't. It didn't have to hit. That's why it was so like kind of like, you know what I mean? Like I think these companies now are so focused on like that big name, like that big it's got to hit sort of mentality, where they're not taking risks on like, you know, making a new IP, which is like something where like Assassin's Creed is sort of in this weird middle ground of like, I kind of like this, I kind of like that. But there's nothing that really changes in gameplay. Like it's not like Assassin's Creed 3 was supposed to be this big, groundbreaking sort of
Running on trees.
yeah, like change up in the Assassin's Creed series, and it just wasn't that.
It wasn't that
I
different.
haven't played that yet.
I mean, like, I don't know. I liked parts of it. I didn't like parts of it. Like once you beat it, look, I ask you questions because like because there's some stuff that I absolutely loved and there's stuff that I absolutely just hated and just sort of.
Now, would you love it more if there was a zombie mode?
You can assassinate zombies.
Yes, I might actually.
So why would you like that versus, I don't know, like
No, I was joking.
like a Mass Effect zombie mode? Like,
no, well, like Mass Effect has that thing too. Like Mass Effect 2 was sort of this. Well, every Mass Effect game had like this weird sort of. That's technically what Mass Effect is actually. Now that I think about it, which is weird, because like, have you guys played Mass Effect? No, you haven't played Mass Effect, right?
mm-mm.
I haven't.
Like
I
in
was,
this.
I was this close to buying it on the Steam sale, but I didn't do it.
Shoulda, man. I told you, you can use my Origin. You can't play it.
I know.
But
That's why I didn't.
but we. Okay, the idea of like, okay, you guys know what the Reapers are, right? Like they're like the big sentient beings that are coming down, right?
Yep.
What they end up doing, or like throughout the entire series, is they end up like taking over species and like sort of melting them, like melting them down and like rebuilding them into like whatever, right? So they're basically zombies. So basically, the entire Mass Effect series, you're fighting zombies, which now that I think about it, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, but again, you got the big build-up and the survival and the confrontation and like,
Yeah,
you know.
I think
that's why.
I think it's the way it's done. I mean,
Mhm.
I mean, if we're looking at like true games that we call like zombie games, right? So we'll call like Dead Rising, Left 4 Dead. Okay, we'll do this for the last part of it. We'll do Left 4 Dead, Dead Rising, Resident Evil. What else would you consider like a true zombie game? Those are the three big ones.
Walking Dead.
Okay, we'll throw in The Walking Dead.
Dead.
Okay, we'll throw in The Walking Dead. What else would you throw in that debate? Dead Island. We didn't even talk about Dead Island.
Oh yeah, Dead Island.
Wasn't a fan of it.
I wasn't a fan either.
Right.
I think if they try to do RPGs, it'll be survival kind of.
But I mean, I like the idea of being able to like create your own weapons and like craft them with like anything you can find. Like I think that's
yeah.
cool. But
You can do that in Dead Rising too, though.
yeah, but the way it was executed was weird. So like we'll throw Dead Island in there. What else? I'm like looking at my walls trying to like.
I know, right? I mean, Undead Nightmare is a zombie game, just based off of a
based off
open
of
world.
yeah. But like games that were like originally from their beginning designed as a true zombie game, like that weren't. It's not an add-on. It's not a thrown together piece of horde mode. It's just like
The Shuffling Dead.
the
Shuffling Dead.
Like okay, out of those games, like they get all those games actually got pretty good reviews. Like, but would we consider them like a top tier game?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, like, would you consider them like classics that you would go back and like want to play? Like
Resident Evil, yes. Left 4 Dead, I mean, I play it occasionally.
Yeah, I do too sometimes.
Yeah, the original Resident Evils, I would say, yeah, but
okay, which ones? I would say one,
2, and 3.
I would say 1, 2, 0, and 4. I should have liked 4.
I mean, 4 was a good game, but it was more praised for its mechanics and stuff.
Yes.
Like, that's why everyone loves it. It's not because it had super scary zombie parts.
No, absolutely not.
Because, like we said before, that's kind of when zombies went out the door.
True, but I would say that 4 had like these moments where I was like genuinely scared. Like that's the last time I've really felt like genuinely scared in a Resident Evil game.
See, you were scared in Resident Evil 4. I was scared in Dead Space.
Yes. Okay, here. Actually, that actually brings up a question that I was having a discussion with earlier. Does the mechanics of a game make it less scary? Like
Absolutely.
like okay, for Resident Evil 4, right? The mechanics were clean. Like you can turn whenever you wanted, you can do whatever you wanted.
Mhm.
Resident Evil 2, the controls or Resident Evil 1 and 2 were so kind of junky and sort of like messed up that like you really didn't have full control over what you do. Like, does that have a factor? Like, do we have to go back to having crappy mechanics for games? Like,
I mean, it also depends on lighting, on setting, on sound design.
oh yeah,
Like, Dead Space again has really good controls, but you get a crap ton of weapons, like you said. But they put you in these really narrow corridors. You got stuff coming from behind you, out of the vents, and as much ammo as you have, you still got to turn around and shoot that thing, and it's still rushing at you, going for your throat. So.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's why I love like Amnesia so much. It's because like it does have that lighting and that tight corridor aspect, like you're talking about in Dead Space. But you have no weapons. Like you can't do anything. Like you physically just can't. I have to hide the closet.
Is there any zombies in that game at all?
Kinda.
Kind of. I haven't played it all yet, so I don't know.
There's a monster in it.
Dude, it's freaking hella scary, man.
Oh, I know it is. I played 5 minutes and
I used to do freaking marathons of Amnesia. I'd stream it too.
Yeah.
You could watch James. If you're gonna go back, James will post his Twitch TV account, and you can watch James scream like a girl.
Once Amnesia War of the Machine for Pigs comes out, I'll be streaming that like nonstop, dude.
Make sure you go check that out on James's channel as well.
I'll do it later.
That got pushed back or something, didn't it?
What's up?
The second Amnesia, didn't think got pushed back?
Yeah, it's supposed to come out last December, but then they're like, oh no, we're gonna fine tune some stuff, and then like early 2013.
Okay.
Oh dude, it's gonna be freaking hella scary, man. Like I would literally cry on some of these custom stories that I'd play on Amnesia. I'd like literally I had to like leave the room for like 2 minutes because I was like crying. I didn't want to cry on a stream because it's like I got that scared, dude. Like no joke. There's this one time this monster came out of nowhere. I threw my headphones at the computer and I ran outside the door screaming. Like no joke. And I think it's just because again like the lighting and stuff that really makes the game really scary.
Yeah.
Well, as long as they make good-looking, well-playing, intense.
I don't even think a game needs to be good-looking, honestly, to be like scary. I don't think a game needs to be good-looking at all.
It can't hurt it though.
No, it can't hurt it. It's just I just don't think.
You can't be like, God, that looks too creepy. It's not scary anymore. I don't know if that's possible.
Oh man.
I mean, if there's a game, please let me know, and I'll play it.
Absolutely.
And then maybe I'll be like, yeah, that was too good looking. I don't know if that's scary.
Like, I think if the game looks like crap, it just, like, adds to it, too. Like, it's just, like, I can't really see what that is. Is it gonna kill me or is it not? Like, that, like, genuine sense of fear is, like, something that's really important. I think that's, probably, to me, that's something that's, like, the most important thing of, like, a game being a zombie game.
Mm-hmm.
Where, like, is the game just genuinely the scariest thing, like, I've ever seen? Like...
Which
like,
is Amnesia.
Or like, is it scary to me? Like, okay, like I started playing Far Cry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys played Far Cry yet?
I haven't.
I haven't.
Man.
Yeah,
so,
dude,
like, okay, like in Far Cry, there's this thing where you have to.
Sorry.
Did you shoot her with a Nerf gun?
Yes, I did.
Whoa.
But
live stream here.
So we. I think there's this thing you have to do where you have to take down these towers, right? You have to like take down these or you have to like sort of climb to the top of these radio towers and like rewire the system so you can get the radio control, right? Or like so you can see the map.
Mm-hmm.
So like the first thing you do, okay, and before I say anything, I hate snakes. Snakes like snakes freak me out. I don't know what it is. Like snakes freak me out, right?
It's okay, dude. Tortoises freak me out, man.
No, I know they do. Just like, reptiles are scary, man. Reptiles are scary.
Borderline zombie-ish.
So I hate snakes. Like snakes, just like if I think of a snake before I go to bed, like if I see something on the internet, or like I go like I
So
just
if
like
I send
can't.
you a picture after this is done.
Yeah, like I just can't sleep. Like I literally won't sleep that night. So like
Okay.
like going to the zoo and having like my girlfriend drag me to like the snake house or whatever, I can't sleep for like a week. Like it freaks me out, right? So okay, on Far Cry, right? It's an open jungle, like open do whatever. And so the guy goes, "Go climb to the top of the radio tower." So I go up there and like I open the thing, I hear hissing, and I like turn around and there's a snake. like and then in the beginning of this game, like you start out with like 8 bullets, right? Like you had no like you start with 8 bullets and like money, and like that's about it. Like until you get to a shop, you can't buy any bullets. So like literally, I turn around and there's a snake like on the floor, and it's a virtual snake, and I just scream and I start shooting at it, and I used all 8 of my bullets shooting at this snake.
And you missed it on every one of them.
Oh, I did. I missed. I hit it with the last one. I hit it with the last one because I was like, I have 1 bullet left to kill this thing, and I like took my time and aimed it and shot it, and it was dead. But like that genuine sense of fear is like something that like a lot of games don't create, and like especially zombie games just don't create. I think it's like they make you seem too powerful. Like
if you're Resident Evil.
or like even Left 4 Dead kind of makes you feel like that too. You have a freaking like machine gun that can just mow everything down until you hit like like one of the super zombies. But I mean, like other than that.
Well, I mean, is that what you want though? Like if the box says zombie game number 46, and you see that and you're like, I better be scared during this game.
No, but I mean, like, I think that's the general core idea of like how to make a good zombie game. It's like you have to have some sense of fear. Like even Left 4 Dead, like on the harder difficulties, if you're playing like on a hard difficulty or you're playing like a multiplayer match, you're genuinely scared because like there's like just so much stuff going on. It's just like you genuinely don't know how you're gonna get out of the situation. Like so, there's that genuine sense of fear. It's just like that terror that I saw when the snake was behind me, just like. I don't know what it was, man.
So Far Cry 3 needs a zombie snake survival mode, is what you're saying.
No, it needs a freaking Jurassic Park mod. That's what it needs.
Jurassic Park.
We are getting that, so rest easy.
I'm so excited for it. I really want to see that. But that's another story. That's something else dinosaurs. You have to talk about dinosaurs. But
we'll talk dinosaurs in the game.
Next time.
Next
we'll
time.
talk about dinosaurs.
On Mind Games.
On MindGames. Next time
dinosaurs.
on MindGames. No. Okay, so I mean, I guess we talked about it a little bit. So we'll do it. We'll end the show now. We'll go over this next week. Something I've been considering, like, wanting to talk about for a while, and talked about a little bit with Left 4 Dead or with Resident Evil, but like franchises and like how they reboot. And like, what makes a good reboot? What makes a bad one? Like, what do you want to keep? What do you want to drop? Kind of an idea. Like Tomb Raider, you're seeing it with Tomb Raider now. You're seeing like, Assassin's Creed try to do it with Assassin's Creed 3, and you're seeing like BioShock sort of reimagine what it's doing, and so I mean like, I guess next week we'll cover over like franchises rebooting and sort of what they need to do to reboot. Like
Well, in BioShock's case, it needs to just come out.
Yeah, dude.
It doesn't reboot if it never comes out. So.
That is very true. So I guess the parting statements we'll leave with here are: what franchises do you think need a reboot, and do you want to see a reboot of? James?
I don't know, man. I really don't have any.
Chris?
Onimusha.
Okay. I kind of agree with you on that one.
Yeah, Onimusha, yeah.
I'd love to see that.
Okay. Mine is definitely Final Fantasy.
Dude, when is Final Fantasy versus 13 coming out?
No, I want to see something other than 13.3.
Versus
Nomura never comes out with games. He just likes to talk about making them.
No,
Yeah.
but that's like one franchise that I really want to just reboot and restart over. That needs
zombies.
It needs a reboot so bad.
Yeah.
Alright, guys. So, that's our episode for today. We'll be coming up with a regular schedule. We're going to do weekly episodes, but we're coming up with a regular schedule as soon as possible. We just don't have a regular schedule yet, but it will be weekly at some point.
I concur.
Alright, so that's our episode for today. I am Chris Okamura,
I'm Chris Haglin.
I'm James Eterio.
and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye bye.